Hi, YouTube. It's me again. I am here for Empire Season 6, Episode 2. I think the episode is called I Get on My Knees and Pray or something about praying. I'll put it in the description and in the title. But yeah, I'm a little late. I just watched the episode. So it starts off where I guess all the episodes are going to start with Lucius getting shot and he's reflecting. I don't know if he's actually going to die. It looked like he's going to die because y'all know he got shot like here in the stomach and all that. So sorry if it's a little dark, y'all. I cannot find my light that I purchased for this specific reason of having like more light on my face. Maybe if I move it up closer. But anyway, y'all can see me good enough and y'all can hear. So that's good. So it's very dramatic or whatnot. And then it jumps to this dude and saying that the house is cleared out. And that's not, I was looking, that's not Lucius in them houses. It didn't look like it. Or maybe it was a different angle. And it was like, this is the only thing that's left. The house is cleaned out. And it was like this plaque of an artist. And then it jumps to this dude who Lucius refers to as he used to be his mentor, which I don't know. Is he somebody from previous seasons that I just don't remember? If so, just leave it below because I just don't. I didn't recognize this man. So maybe he's a dude from earlier seasons and I just don't know. I don't know. But yeah, so he was trying to negotiate with him about an artist, saying that this was his original artist and he cleaned her up and he did this. The man was saying this to Lucius, and Lucius was like, "Nah, she signed under me in Empire, so no." So pretty much, he's like, "You taught me the game. You did the same thing to me back with so and so, whoever." So this is somebody who he used to be cool with or a mentor, and now they're not because they're fighting over an artist. And I don't know when it was just a flashback in this guy's head. I don't know when that even took place because it wasn't in the present time, but they're saying it's present time or whatnot. So anyway, from there, we are seeing Cookie and Damon Cross, because remember at the end of the episode last week, she was knocking on his door talking about some you owe me. And then he was like, "Oh, you coming over here after all this time, trying to see what's up, blah, blah, blah." And then she was like, "Nah, I haven't seen you." And like I guess she hasn't spoken or seen him in like since the 9 months or 6 months from when she left Lucius, and then he was talking about some I seen you on TV and all this other stuff. And what I was excited about with this episode that made me want to watch it even more was the fact that Mario Van Peebles it was in it and directing it, and he is a great African American director. So is his father, an actor. So I was very excited about that. So at least I'm gonna get some good visuals on this episode. At least I'm gonna get some good visuals. So this episode was, I'm not gonna like hate on every episode of Empire that comes out now, but visually it was good. It was just a better episode this time around, which was good. So we jump to Mario, what's his name? Devon? Yeah, Devon, Devin Devon. And he's singing at the Empire relaunch party. Oh, and we finally see Andre's face, finally, like when Empire comes on, all goes in and he gets the Empire little emblem with his face finally. So from there, yeah, we jump to Devon singing and he all like looking at Tiana and stuff, and then little Maya next to her, and what's her name? Portia is, I think her name Portia, Cookie's assistant. They sitting there at the launch party or whatnot. I think it's a relaunching of Empire or something, some type of Empire party. So, so yeah, so Damon Cross, his daughter, I cannot remember her name right now, and Lucius, they're like driving and they going to get some gas, and all of a sudden she stops and she's like, "Yeah, I hope Uncle Ray, he's got the money and we got to go get it. And I'm like, who the heck is Uncle Ray? But as she goes to go to the bathroom or something, Lucius calls Andre, and Andre's sitting here, heaving and hoeing and digging up dirt to bury Mouse because he killed him last episode, and apparently he couldn't call nobody to do his dirty work for him, so he's handling this. I'm like, his heart must be, or Kingsley's heart is very strong and good because he's sitting here digging and burying people, carrying people off. So he cool. And Lucius like, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm just taking out the trash. Pop, what's up? And he was like, are you sure that this Uncle Ray or whoever is like will have the stuff that he's looking for from Damon Cross? Like, he's looking for Damon Cross's laptop that's incriminating, or it will clear Lucius's name. So of course he's been setting up Damon Cross's daughter this whole time to get information and track down this laptop that will clear his name and I guess maybe implicate Damon Cross. But in the process, I'm not sure what exactly is on this laptop, but that's what he's pretty much been trying to smooth and get close to Damon Cross's daughter this whole time for. So from there, we jump to Bossy. I think they call it Bossy Media. Giselle and Becky's company. They're sitting there with the silent singer, what they was calling her last name, silent singer Lala, and she's sitting there in the studio, sounding like that. And Giselle is just over it. Becky has faith. She's like, I know this girl can sing. You've heard her too. We just got to figure out a way to get that out. Like her, because she was always talking about like she's only used to singing in the dark with people not looking at her in her bedroom. Like, girl, come on now. You knew what you had to do once you got there. So why would you even sign a contract, first of all? But I mean, I signed a contract too. Somebody got to give me some money and I'm broke and stuff. So I understand, but okay, but you have to deliver. So they out in the hallway or out or whatever, discussing like Giselle is pretty much fed up with it, and she was like, no, you remember Janet Jackson, that all she do is whisper on her songs, and that's how the what's the name producers was looking at her, but she may be whispering on every track, but then with some jams or whatnot. So we just have to find a way to get her singing and get her going or whatnot. So from there, Giselle's just like, girl, whatever, I'm just tired. So finally, after what Andre done did, I don't know how many things, so we don't know how long poor pregnant Terry has been laid out, bleeding out on the floor. He finally comes home. Where is the staff? Miss Juanita, a butler, somebody. Like, no one's come. Like, this woman is pregnant. I said this. Am I talking too loud? I feel like I got angry because where is everybody at? And no one's come check on her until Andre comes home and he sees Terry and she's laid out. She's been unconscious for, again, we don't know how long, but it's still the same night, but still, it just don't make no damn sense. So he called the police and stuff and say, my wife hurry and all that. So from here, they go to the emergency room and the doctor, and then little Quincy, her son, comes in. He's like, Andre, what happened? And he tells him like, oh, she kind of feels to me. He's like, you're supposed to protect my mom. Is my mom gonna die or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And Andre, the doctor comes out and talks to Andre, and she's like, she must have hit her head when she fell. They're going to have to probably do an emergency C-section on Terry. And the baby and her are at very great risk. And she was saying, like, the baby's heart rate is irregular from all the stress that's happened just now. And she was kind of suggesting, like, we can save the baby, but it's most likely that Terry is going to hemorrhage and bleed out. But you need to, like, but the longer we wait, the more risk that there is. So he's like, no. And then Quincy's like, you can't kill my mama, or you can't let my mama die. Like, I trusted you and all this. And he was like, don't worry, Quincy, I'm not going to, he's like, well, I'm her husband, and I'm going to make the final decision. She was like, he like her husband of 6 months. It's only been 6 months, I guess. And he was like, you supposed to protect her and blah 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 blah. So he just come out, he's like, I got you, brother. I'm gonna make sure that we save both of them. I'm like, how you making these promises? You don't know if this woman's gonna live or not. I mean, you could hope and wish well all you want to, but we'll see. Um, so then we go back to Damon Cross and Cookie, and he was saying how he saw her on the TV and all that, and how you can't have a queen in a room full of heifers or some stuff, and all, something like that. And why was she wasting her time? But he can understand that she was just trying to get away from Empire, and he was kind of insinuating needs to get away from him and just do her own thing. And then he's like, her phone was going off. He's like, oh, is that Lucius trying to get you to like bait me or into doing something or get information from me? She's like, I know you sat there and set or told the feds, because as soon as all this stuff went off, after they got all away from you, they went straight for Lucius. So I know it was you, Damon. And whatnot. So, and then he was like, well, you out here trying to get, he's like, you're a queen. You shouldn't be sitting here getting no information for him. And he's used you, whether it's been in jail. He's always had some type of control over Cookie, which is true. Whether it was while she was in jail, while she was across from the board in the boardroom, or wherever it may be, he's always had that hold on Cookie, which is true. So she's just sitting there, well, I'm a queen and a queen can't be a pawn. So I'm like, okay, girl. Anyway, jumping to Lucius on his little road trip to Saratoga Springs with Damon Cross's daughter, because apparently that's where Uncle Ray or Uncle whoever is, whoever handles Damon Cross's finances or whatnot. This is who she goes to, and it's in a secret location. And Lucius wants to go with her, but she's like, oh, I have to do this alone. He's like, are you sure or whatnot? She's like, yeah. And she keeps talking to him about like him and Empire, and how, he's never really been free. Like he's always had the restraints of build an empire just so he could wear a crown. And so, he's built this family and all this stuff. He has all these responsibilities, and, just, you don't know how it totally is to be free. And I'm like, girl, whatever. And he even made a good point. You've always had your father to take care of you. You've never had to go through the type of struggles and stuff that I have. I mean, yeah, she's had cancer or whatnot, but you were always well taken care of. So, sweetheart, you don't really know how it is. I can't just call nobody and be like, hey, can I get some money and all this? He had to take care of his own or whatnot. So she was saying how, she loved him and all that. He like kind of looking whatnot, because he wanted to go with Thomas to go see the uncle about the money and all that. She was like, no, this is one promise to my father that I must keep. I have to go alone. And he like slips a tracker into her car so he can know where the location is to where she's going to go get this money or to go see Uncle Ray or whatever his name is, and to I guess this laptop is located there as well. From there, Andre calls the pastor, Terry's pastor, excuse me, y'all, my throat is dry. Calls the pastor, her pastor, from their church to come. He's like, I'm so sorry, Terry. She's always informed me of what she wants done and all that. And I know if you just pray with me, brother, we can just pray for her and her well-being. And he was like, no, God keeps pushing me. He's like, no, God is trying to build you. God wouldn't give you anything that he didn't think you could handle, just spit certain Bible stuff to him. And he's like, no. And he was like, just pray with me, brother. And they praying. And then all Andre can see as he's praying is him murdering mouse and stuff in his head. And then I think he even sees a flash to Kingsley and all that. So he was like, no, I can't. He's like, I can't pray and worship a God and all that who keeps pushing me and who would take my family from me. I'm like, yeah, that is kind of bogus. I mean, but you just never know what can happen. Anything can happen. It's like, God isn't doing this to you though. So he just all kind of off on, Andre bipolar, got all that other stuff going on. But it's just, he essentially just keeps turning away from God and whatnot. And it was, it just is what it is. But Andre got that flip flop when it comes to religion, and because he used to be so religious and all that, and God took his family once, and he feels like he's trying to take his family again. But well, this is how he feels about it. So he's very just, I don't even want to pray no more. So he's like, "Thank you, Pastor, but you can go ahead and go." So um, the doctor comes out and was like, "Okay, well, we need to make some decisions about, Terry." And he was starts kind of threatening her. He's like, "I don't care how many doctors, how much money, get two doctors, one on her or several doctors. I don't care how much it costs, how many people need to be in there to save both." He's like, "You are going to save both her and my baby and my son." And then she was like, he said it like, "You gonna do it." And then she kind of got a little shook, little white woman, and then she walked away like, okay, anyway. From there we go back to Cookie and um Cookie and Damon Cross. And then she was like, "I know you told." She was just kind of trying to get at him. "I know." She's like, "I know that you're the one that sat there and dropped the dime on Lucius." And he was like, "I ain't never been a snitch until now." And I'm like, "Well, that's still you snitching." I mean, a lot of people don't snitch until they snitch. Ain't snitches till they snitch. So it was like pretty much that. And he was like, I guess because Cookie, he's just like, even from before, was just been so obsessed with her. I'm like, okay, Cookie, he ain't even got none for real. And you just, but they had that like emotional connection, which I say again, that emotional is a lot more powerful than actually having intercourse or the intimacy, and the emotional thing is a way more stronger connection. But he was up on her before he even had that. But anyway, so Tiana was all up trying to do her like, "Hey y'all, this is me on IG Live, like we at the Empire, what's the name, relaunch party, and this and this." And then she sees coming up on the screen about, "Oh my god, we just heard about Terry and Andre's wife and the baby, we all this." And she's like, "Oh my god, I didn't know." And she was like, "My prayers go out to them, y'all, and I'm gonna get off this live and whatnot." But it's I mean, she said it like real, like it was serious on the IG live or whatnot. But then she kind of switched real quick as soon as Devon came. She didn't even mention to him, and he's a part of the Empire family too. But she jumped immediately to starting to talk to him about his music, because he's having a little crisis because he thinks that his all his music sounds the same or whatnot. So she was like, "Well, you're the artist, because Lucius wanted me to be Rihanna and Forrest Whitaker. What was his name? Anyway, he wanted her to be Beyonce." And she was like, "They got Tiana, and that's all I can be." Or whatnot. And then she was walking away. He's like, "Where you going?" She's like, "You coming?" She's like, "Let's go work on your music. If you don't like it, let's fix it." So they go off to Studio 3 and go work on the music. Back with Bossy Media and the singer or whatnot, because Becky was saying that she had an idea to loosen her up. What other way to loosen somebody up? What more with this some liquid courage? Here come course come with all these shots, and they about to sit here and take all these shots and drinking and stuff. And then she's getting signed up for. She starts trying. They try to get her to sing at the table a little bit, some Chaka Khan, "I'm Every Woman." And then the woman who's running, the DJ or whatever, who's running it, she's like, "Oh, you don't have a vocal range for that, but I'll pick the song for you, but you up next." Girl, I'm like, "Girl, who are you?" She came in like she was I thought she was somebody more than the person that was handling karaoke, the way she was like so serious. I'm like, okay. And telling her about her vocals and stuff. I'm like, all right then. So again, we go back to Andre and the doctor. So I thought I wasn't sure if it was real, because the cut to it was Andre in the delivery room or in the surgery thing where they're working on the baby. The baby come out, the baby is not breathing. Then all of a sudden Terry's shaking and she's hemorrhaging, and they like, "You got to get him out of here," because it's when it comes to critical points like that, they can't have family members in there, so they kick him out of the room or whatnot. Quincy's like, "I trusted you with them, and I know something went wrong, blah blah blah." So that was that. And he just sitting here like beating himself up and like, "What can I do?" He's powerless. I mean, he can't do nothing. But that just is what it is on that front. So then we jump back to Damon and Cookie, and then he done fell asleep on Cookie. I'm like, dang, he a horrible host. But I'm like, how much? I'm like, did she drug him? Did I miss something? Like, how did he fall asleep like that? Like that quick on her? It was really weird to me. So if I missed some, blinked and didn't see something, because he was the one pouring the drinks, I'm like, how you fall asleep on her? And then she like going in front of his face trying to see if he like will move so she get the face recognition on his phone, like she a desperate girlfriend trying to get in somebody's phone to look. I did not see the screen, nor did I pause to look and see what the screen was saying that she was getting from him, information that she was getting from him. Of course, I'm sure it has something to do with helping Lucius. And it's all I saw sometime about some $100,000 or something, some type of evidence or whatever on his phone that she got. Sorry, y'all, that she got from him. So then, but then as she's doing that, she sees on her phone that Audrey has been trying to contact her. I'm like, did she not have service this whole time? Trying to contact her and tell her like, Mom, where are you? Terry's in the hospital. The baby is come. Like, what? Where are you? And while she's sitting there trying to do all that extra stuff. So from there, we back to Lucius and his little sugar baby. Well, she the sugar mama, little, well, whatever. With Damon Cross's daughter, and they she come back from getting or talking to her uncle, whoever, and she's like, she gotta get the money in the morning. She's like, she asked for a little bit more than usual, so that's probably why it's gonna take a little longer. Go to the bank, and then they all kissing up on each other, and he probably laid the pipe down on her, gave her that grown man that she probably had with his one-legged self, and whatnot, and then put the girl to sleep, and then whatnot. So from there, we go back to the Bossy Media or whatever, Giselle and Becky. So the karaoke, the silent singer Lala, she the karaoke lady again come up to her like, oh, I picked this. That's still Chaka Khan song. Wait, no, that wasn't Chaka. Wait, what song? What song? Was it Killing Me Softly? That wasn't Chaka Khan though. She sing another song, and that's another song that helps with her vocal range, and I think it was Killing Me Softly. I'm not 100% sure. For some reason, that song is in my head, so that's what I'm thinking the song it was. So she picked that song for her. And she finally sings. I guess the little tequila, whatever shot, helped her out. And she's doing all right. And they're like, okay, we might be on to something. So we go back to Tiana and Mario, or Devon, his character name is. And he was like, she was like, oh, this sounds cool. But like, he was like, how he liked the hook or something, but he don't like the rest of the song. She was like, well, what are you even talking about? What are your lyrics about? And he was talking about he hasn't felt the same, or he hasn't been inspired since they was back talking. I was like, when were they really together? Maybe I missed something. I didn't watch all the episodes, so I was like, when were they for real together? I know that they expressed wanted be together or holler at each other, but I don't know when they were actually. I didn't remember seeing too much of them being for real, like a couple or nothing. And then I guess she was like, she can help him out and give him some little inspiration, throw some stuff at him, throw a coochie at him pretty much. And because she said she needed some too, so she needed some D too. So she gonna hop up on that, and it was. I'm like, okay, go ahead, get it in, y'all. All right. So that's what they doing up in the studio love. So, but I mean, just jump back real quick before I jump. Tiana be catching bodies. Like, how many people has she done been with out of the little younger dude circle? She done slept with all. Not that I'm judging, because girl, get yours to how you want to get it. But dang, she be catching bodies. Like, okay. So we jump back to Andre. He's talking to God, and he's go off into this other room, and he's talking to God, and he was talking about some "I'll be the sacrifice." I'm like, Andre could not possibly be on his meds, or they need to be recalibrated again. Where is Rhonda when you need her? R.I.P. She ain't never get a funeral or nothing. And he done moved on to about 5 different women since. But yeah, so he's sitting here with the little fake jail tattoo that wasn't in, that he got not in jail, sitting here like stabbing him, like cutting himself, talking about, I will be a sacrifice, just save my family, God. Just save them. I will. I know. He's sitting there having the flashes of him killing a man, and all that. Hasn't Andre killed people before? Maybe not. Maybe he's just harmed people and not really was murdering. But then he kind of with Anika. I don't know. He's really beat up about this whole mouse thing a little bit, but I just think he's off his meds. He's got a little too much going on, and he needs some his meds recalibrated. And then Cookie comes in. Finally, she sees him in the room, and she was like, telling him like, "You're not even special. God is not going to sit here and directly punish you for that. And when God does do something to you, you won't even know it. You're not even important enough for Him to focus in on you like that. So." You need to just could bring yourself down. She's like, I used to sit there and try to bargain with God all the time when I was in jail and all that, but that's just not how it works. And she was like, he's like, I killed him, and she's like, who, or not who, like why? And then he was like, because he threatened my family. She's like, well, you were protecting your family. Like you can't beat yourself up over that. You were protecting your wife and your child, like your family. Like you can't sit there and you have to protect. Like you can't beat yourself up over somebody sitting there threatening you and your family, and you go and that's the consequence of it that they got. You had to deal with that. So she talks him down, and he all right after that. So Lucius leaves with Damon Cross's daughter and puts a little boat note, saying he's sorry or whatnot to her, but he had to go. So from there, we jump back to Mario and Tiana. They are bucking naked and stuff, and he's talking about some, ooh yeah, that's just exactly what I need. And she's like, ooh yeah. And they just straight up naked up in the studio. Ain't nobody came in apparently. I hope the door locked. And then he's talking about some, yeah, this is I know what I want to sing and say now. So he go in and he in the booth, and I'm like, what in the D'Angelo video? How does it feel? It's going on because he's sitting there just. I said he gonna put some drawers on when he go into the booth, and then Tiana all rubbing all over his body and stuff. And yeah, and I thought it was gonna be a duet, but that is not what happened. She just rubbing all over him and everything. And then she go down and get on her knees. I'm like, girl, okay. I was like, why you gotta get on your on? They just little nasties. So they up in there just doing too much up in that little studio 3. So okay. We jump back, and Andre is, sitting there praying to God about his baby and everything. And then Cookie come in and he was like, God, I know I've sinned, and I promise I will not be sinning no more if you just save my baby and my wife or whatnot. And then Cookie come in looking all stressed in the face, like, Andre, it's Terry. I'm like, the way they cut away from it, but that's just for dramatic effect, like she was dead or something. But she was miraculously awake and everything, conscious, and ain't no brain damage. Everybody cool and everything. Excuse me. And yeah, and he was, after his talk with God, he was saying he ain't gonna sin no more. He's at God's mercy. He realizes that. And Terry wakes up. The baby is just a whole miracle. She lost a lot of blood, but apparently she all right now, and the baby okay too. From there, so that's good because they didn't even stop killing this man's family. Like Jesus, it's ridiculous. It's over. It would have been overkill if they would have did that at this situation. So and then they said the baby's breathing on his own and all that. Lucius goes up to see who Uncle Ray, because he had the tracker on her car, so he goes to where the tracker is, and he walks in, and who is it? None other than Mario Van Peebles, and he was saying like, I'm gonna give you. He was saying you don't have to give me that suitcase or whatnot, and then he's like, or I could just kill you and take it or whatnot. And he was like, well, if I give it to you, I'm gonna still have to deal with Damon Cross. He was like, you're right. He's like, but you do have a third choice. He was like, I know, because he was asking how far away is Damon from the location, because he knew the fact that he didn't give Damon Cross's daughter the money right then and there, that he was on his way to investigate why she needed that money and what the fuck was going on. So he was like, you have a third choice. I know an hour isn't a lot, but for a man like you of your talents, if I give you that hour head start to get away from Damon, maybe we can work something out, and you give me that laptop and you can walk away with your life, homie. So it cuts away from there. So then it goes to Damon. He shows up because we don't know what choice he made until this point. Damon comes in. He goes to the safe where the laptop supposedly is, and then he hit it says press play or something or play me. And what plays snitch ass bitch, snitching ass bitch, whatever, however that song by Lucius go with the stitching, so he know that Lucius got the stuff. So he like, so he gonna be extra angry and violent and murderous probably next episode or whatnot, coming after for blood, uh after Lucius and all that. So from there, Andre again is left alone with his thoughts and whatnot. He's talking about some, I want to thank you, God, and all this. And then Kingsley come out of nowhere talking about some, you thanking God. You need to be thanking me. God is not the one that helped you. I was the one that saved your little family. So you need to be thanking me and all this other stuff. But this is just Andre's, again, he needs his meds recalibrated because we all know Kingsley is dead and he has his heart, so he just has a whole bunch of his blood pumping through him and all that. So Andre, somebody needs to check on him and have the boy go through some therapy or just check on make shit on his meds, because it seems like he has to have his meds recalibrated more often than not. So from there, Damon is Cookie coming into her bedroom or whatnot, and Damon is sitting there on her bed. She's like, Damon, get out of my house. And then he was talking about some, nah, I knew you, like, Cookie is his only weakness. And he was like, you owe me, bitch. And I'm like, who you calling a bitch? So I don't know. That's how the episode ends, y'all. So that was it, and we'll see how he handles. I mean, he ain't gonna do nothing to Cookie, but I just want to see how he reacts or what he does or how the rest of the season is gonna go. And one thing I did notice, where is Hakeem? I mean, I know with the Justin Smollett thing or whatnot, but is Hakeem not gonna be in this season either? Is he busy? I know he got some movies he did, but does that mean he's not filming? What's going on? Where he at though? So yeah, just some like and when I got done watching this episode, I'm like, where is Hakeem? He was in the last episode, but he barely really in it or had any type of setup for a story. So I was just very curious as to what's going on. So yeah, that is Empire season 6, episode 2. I will see y'all next week for it. If you watch check out my other videos if you only watched me for Empire, because I review a lot of other stuff. I have a lot of other things to offer on my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all later. Peace.